Your videos aren't getting any views because YouTube made a decision about your channel, and it made that decision before you ever uploaded. Look, I've been on YouTube now for 14 years, built a channel with more than 300,000 subscribers, 21 million views, and generated almost $4 million in revenue. I know exactly what signals trigger this, and once you see them, you'll realize that you've been self-sabotaging your channel this entire time. And here's what drives me insane. YouTube has 2.7 billion monthly users desperately searching for content, but most videos never get found. Now, what adds to the problem is that most YouTube advice channels come from people who've never actually built a channel outside of giving YouTube advice. It's like the blind leading the blind, building loyal armies of people who don't know any better. Meanwhile, those of us who have actually built real businesses on the platform know something that they don't. YouTube isn't judging your videos, it's judging your patterns. And right now, your patterns are telling YouTube to ignore you. So let me show you that first pattern that kept me stuck for 8 years. For 8 years, I uploaded whatever I felt like making. I was a true artiste, right? Music parodies, music production tutorials, comedy sketches, product reviews, vlogs, social commentary, and a few other super random videos, right? I thought that variety was going to show my range, how versatile I was, how talented I was. Unfortunately, YouTube thought that I had multiple personality disorders. Here's what the research actually shows. Highly specialized channels, focused channels, consistently outperform the generalized ones. And I think that that's common sense now. But when you're all over the place, YouTube literally doesn't know which viewers to show your content to. Because if you switch it up, then what worked last week will flop the next week. I was on YouTube for 8 years before I ever hit 50,000 subscribers. And I know on the surface, oh, 50K, that's great. No, that's 17 subscribers a day, which early on is cool. But after 8 years, that's nothing to brag about. And you know what's even worse than not getting any views? It's knowing that you're capable of more, but not understanding why it's not happening. And that was my reality until everything changed in 2016. When I went legally deaf in my left ear, my music production career was over. But here's the thing. I'd made over $840,000 from my home studio. No big record deal, no big names, just strategy, consistency, and the willingness to do the boring work that most people desperately tried to avoid. I realized that if I could build a 6-figure music business in my bedroom, in my pajama pants, then I could teach other people how to do the same thing. So I got hyper-focused on one thing, how independent artists could build sustainable careers without relying on record labels. Every video, same audience, same core problem, different angles. 18 months later, that channel surpassed 200,000 loyal subscribers. Today, that channel has more than 300,000 subscribers, and it keeps trickling up, even though I haven't uploaded for more than a year now over there. Not just because I got better on video either, mind you, because I did, but because YouTube finally knew who to show my content to. Here's the test. Can you finish this sentence in under 10 words? I help, specific person, achieve specific result. If you need more than 10 words, you're confusing the algorithm. But even when you nail your focus, there's another problem that kills most channels. Here's the thing. Your video has to have a clear transformation. People click your thumbnail expecting something to change for them. A problem solved, a skill learned, right? A question answered. But most creators just wing it. They just talk. They share information without any structure. They ramble without having a clear destination. They end up with no resolution in the videos, which just feel open-ended. I spent years creating for attention, video views, subscribers, validation. And it wasn't until I started creating with intention that everything transformed. See, every successful video has a clear intention. You are here with this problem. I'll take you there with this solution. And here's exactly how we're going to get there together. When I shifted from attention to intention, from performing to transforming, everything changed. If someone can't explain what they're going to gain from your video in one sentence, you don't have a clear intention. You're just hoping that something sticks. And I've been there. I know where you guys are at right now. YouTube pushes videos that deliver on their promises, whether that's entertainment, education, or transformation. But here's where most creators lose almost all their viewers, right? You got to understand your thumbnail makes a promise, your title amplifies that promise, and your first sentence of the video either keeps that promise or it breaks that promise. And that's the pattern that killed me for years, right? Somebody would click on my thumbnail and seconds later they would bounce. Not because the video was bad necessarily, because I broke the promise of the click. I was writing hooks that I thought sounded clever, not the ones that actually addressed their immediate problems, their immediate anxieties. And that's what matters. When people leave that fast, YouTube sees it, and they see it as a trust issue. The algorithm has to protect users from clickbait, otherwise they don't come back. Now, you've seen this a million times and might even be guilty of it, but most creators open their videos up with, "Hey guys, welcome back to another video where we're going to be talking about," fill in the blank, right? By the time you finish that sentence, half your audience has already left. It's not that it's a hook, because it's not. It's you talking to yourself, right? Your first sentence has to give them the FOMO that makes them afraid to leave. Not entertained, not interested per se, afraid they're gonna miss something. Guys, we have to understand that the algorithm doesn't push videos that people might watch. It pushes videos that people can't stop watching. That's why average view duration, retention, session time is so important and why I talk about it in a lot of my videos. That decision gets made in the first few seconds, not halfway through a video. But here's where it gets really backwards. Most creators do this. They spend hours making a video that they really want to make. They upload it. Then they try to figure out the title and the thumbnail. That's like cooking a dinner, then deciding who to invite to come enjoy it with you. Completely backwards. The packaging isn't marketing. It's the promise. And the video, that's just you keeping that promise. Now, I've been guilty of this many a time back in the day. I made videos that I was proud of. But unfortunately, pride doesn't generate clicks. Solutions do. A tiny percentage of the channels here receive the vast majority of the views. They understand that their packaging is just as important as the video itself. You might not agree, but that's probably why your videos aren't getting any views. Now, I do this instead. The title and thumbnail come first. If I can't make those things compelling, something that I get kind of excited about, the video doesn't get made. Simple as that. The big issue here, guys, is that you don't want to be like most creators, because most creators create that video and then they scramble for packaging and it's backwards like I just explained. Don't be most creators. That's why you're here right now, right? And by the way, everything that you need is in my Ultimate YouTube Growth Guide, which is a perfect companion for my videos here on this channel, and it's totally free. Just in the past week alone, I've received more than 20 emails from you guys giving me awesome feedback and praise, which I appreciate. So if you want to take your YouTube channel to the next level, click that link in the description box below, download the guide, and enjoy. Now, I want to get really specific here, and I need your help to do that. Which of these patterns is currently killing your channel? Which one are you the most guilty of? Multiple personality disorder? Maybe no clear transformation in your videos? Maybe you're breaking the promise within your hook? Maybe you're playing content roulette with your packaging and trying to figure it out after the fact? I'd love for you guys to take a second and let me know in the comments. I read all of the comments because it tells me exactly what to help you guys with in future videos. Look, now you know exactly why YouTube isn't showing your videos. 4 specific patterns, 4 things that you can fix today. So I encourage you guys to spend a few minutes looking at your last 10 videos and trying to identify these patterns that are holding you back. We can't get better with our future videos without understanding exactly what we've done wrong with our previous videos. So it's always important to analyze those things. And guys, if you want help getting your channel into momentum, I suggest watching this video next. It's going to help you get things tightened up, boost retention, boost your CTR, and get your channel moving in the right direction. If you haven't yet, click that little subscribe button to join the channel family here. Let me know what questions you have in the comments below. And until next time, I appreciate you watching.